So it's February 24th, 2012, 13 years ago. I'm 8 years old, and my best friend Samir, we planned for him to come over this weekend. And so Samir pulls up, right? And we're in my living room having a good time. We got like some stuffed animals there. We got Phineas and Ferb on the TV. We got some toys. And I got my grandfather's laptop. Now, for the past few weeks, I've been seeing, on YouTube, this this create video feature, and I'm like, oh shit, I thought about it and I wanted to, but I've been like, oh man, I don't know. But now I got my fucking boy, I got my best friend with me. I'm like, yo, S, let's fucking make some videos, bro. And so we fucking prop up my grandfather's laptop on the couch with that 360p webcam, and we start fucking going, baby. Made 5 videos that day. And after I made those 5 videos that day, I knew all I ever wanted to do was be a YouTuber. That's it. Nothing else fucking mattered. And so I started posting. And after a few weeks into my journey, I literally had a video that did 25k views. I think I actually did like 15, 20k views in like the first week or two. And I was like, holy shit, what the fuck? Right? And so I kind of like hit this point where I was like, holy shit, bro, I can actually do this YouTube thing, right? By this point, I was like, I was in love with like Minecraft YouTubers and stuff like that. My dog, Deadlocks, Sky does Minecraft, Minecraft Universe, Jerome, Beijing Canadian, those are my guys, right? And I was seeing these fucking Minecraft YouTubers fucking like up off internet money, right? The Minecraft YouTubers, the fucking FaZe guys, bro. The fucking FaZe guys, bro. Yo, seeing the FaZe guys up off Wi-Fi money playing video games, I was like, the fuck is going on, bro? Why would I do anything besides this? Why would I do anything besides this? Well, let me tell you why. Because after a year and a half of me doing YouTube, right, I started at 8. Around 10, I'd never gotten another video that did like 5-digit views, right? I had 1K, 3K, 5K, 6K, 9K. Never another 10K, never another like 20K, right? And that started getting to me, right? I started getting super attached to the numbers. I started becoming identified with the numbers, right? At fucking 8 years old, I had fucking YouTube analytics go into my fucking head, bro. And that shit was dangerous. It was very dangerous. Because if I can't get these views, then I'm not good enough. And if I'm not good enough, right, to get these views, then I can't really be a YouTuber. If I can't be a YouTuber, how am I going to have this dream, right? How am I going to do this thing? If I can't be a YouTuber, I'm going to have to go work a fucking normal job the rest of my life, and I'm going to hate my fucking life. What the fuck is going on? So I'm tripping, right? I'm out here 10 years old fucking tripping about not being a YouTuber, even though that's all I want to do, because there's nothing else I want to do. But I'm insecure, right? And around this point, there was a few other insecurities in my life. There was like, a relationship with my grandmother that wasn't as great. I felt like I couldn't really come to her and being vulnerable. My my second grade girlfriend, who I'd been with for a year, had broken up with me and never told me why. She broke it up with me through our mutual friend, right? Our mutual friend, like her name was Sade. Sade was like my second grade girlfriend's best friend. But I'd known Sade for a year. I've literally known Sade since we were 3 years old. We went to daycare together, bro. And she had Sade break up with me for her. I was like, yo, that's fucked, bro. That's fucked, right? But she never told me why. And I kind of like planted this like seed of insecurity of like unworthiness in me. I'm like, oh, I'm not good enough. Why would she do this? Like, oh man, is it this, is it this, is it this, right? Now, if we're going to look back, it's like, first of all, Jaden, you were 8 years old. Second of all, you were kind of a fucking slut, right? You had a girl, right? And you were also entertaining half the girls in your class who were also into you. Probably shouldn't have been doing that, so it's like, okay, fair enough. And last year, on today's birthday party, right, her 6th birthday party, at what was it, Funplex, you told everybody that you had kissed your girl, even though you didn't. You wanted to, but you were a bitch, so you didn't. And so she probably heard about that because, kids love to talk. And she's like, what? I didn't kiss Jaden. Jaden didn't kiss, what? And so she probably, because I was a fucking capper, bro. I was a capper, and I was like low-key a cheater, and we were just 8. So it's like, the fuck? Yeah, of course. Right? So I was like, okay, whatever. So that took me like 10 years to actually like come back and come to, like, I was like, yeah, you know what, actually, this makes sense. But for so long, like, I didn't realize that. And like her breaking up with me, honestly, like, man, I had so many feminine wounds growing up, bro, like from my mother, my grandmother, and then her, that then manifested into like bringing into relationships. Like when I started really dating when I was 14, my first girlfriend cheated on me like all the fucking time, bro. And everybody in my school was telling me, and they're like, Jaden, what are you doing? Like, are you an idiot? Like, they didn't say that, but they basically wanted to say that. I was like, oh, no, she's not doing any of those things, right? She was. Right? So, like, I started just developing all these insecurities when I was young. Middle school, right? We're back to me being 10 years old now, right? Middle school started at this time. And there were, like, you know, the popular guys who were getting the girls I wanted. And I felt like I couldn't talk to them because I was insecure. And so that was kind of stopping me. I loved dancing and, like, you know, expressing myself that way. But, you know, there were, like, these cool guys who could dance better than me. And I was embarrassed to dance. Even though I loved dancing, I was actually pretty good at dancing. I'm actually always been good at dancing. I just stopped being me because I was just insecure. I let all this insecurity, I let all this feedback from the world program me into being a version of myself that wasn't actually me, into the false self. And because I was living from this inauthentic version, I wasn't actually creating from my place of authenticity, right? Because I didn't want what was in here to be expressed, because I didn't like what was in here, I wasn't expressing it. And that's the thing, guys, like, as artists, I need you to understand this. Creation, like, whenever you make something, that's an expression of the self, right? Like, think about you. Like, you are an expression of your parents. You are an expression of God. What you create is an expression of you. Your art expresses things in you. It extends parts of yourself out of you, right? And so here's the thing. If there are parts of yourself you don't want to see, you're not going to see them by creating things and then seeing them. So you're not going to create stuff. I've learned this lesson over and over and over again over the last year, as I've done inner work more and more and more, actually over the last 2 years, as I've done inner work more and more and more again, right? As I've started journaling, and then I started like actually getting into YouTube, and then I started writing newsletters, and then I started like actually dancing again, and then I started making poetry, and then I started singing, and then I started, there's something else I started doing recently. What was it? I forgot. Wait, no, I think it was singing, actually. No, it was singing. Right? There have been so many creative mediums over the last year where I've always loved, but I've found myself like almost unlocking my ability to actually do these things and to feel comfortable with expressing them because I feel comfortable with who I am. The more you love yourself, the more you feel good in your own skin, the less fucks you give about who doesn't like you in your skin. And so you don't care about who doesn't like you, so you're just going to express it anyway. That's the thing. You're not willing to express and create because there are people who will look at that and say, oh, no, I don't like that. You shouldn't be this way. Be this way instead. And you don't want to be perceived that way by them. You don't want to be judged that way by them. And so you're not even willing to do those things. That's tough. Because if you're not willing to express, you're never going to counter the depression. Expressing is the only way to counter depression. You see what I'm saying? Like, there's this quote I love. I saw it on Instagram like a year ago, and it's just stuck with me ever since. It says, remember, artists, the opposite of depression is not joy, it's expression. So create, create, create. For it's the soul's medicine. Art is truly the soul's medicine, guys. You force yourself to see the beauty and the struggles that are within you as you create, as you make art, as you give of yourself. You force yourself to. That's the value of it. That's the value of art. And so for me, when I was 10, I didn't have this paradigm. I couldn't really understand these things. And so I was inconsistent with my creator journey, right? I'd been posting on YouTube for like a year and a half, and then I really just stopped. And, there had been times where I'd wanted to do gaming stuff, or I tried here and there, but I was never able to be consistent. From 10 years old to 20 years old, 10 years, I've always known I love being a YouTuber. Being a YouTuber has been my dream since I was like 5. For 16 years, like I'm 21. For 16 years, this shit has been my dream. But for 10 years, I basically never really tried to make it a reality. I was always too fucking insecure. I didn't like myself. So I didn't think other people would like me. I didn't accept myself. I didn't think other people would accept me. I didn't love myself. I didn't think other people would love me. But as I've done the work over these last 6 years of my inner work journey, as I've done the work, the last 2 years I've been on self-improvement, as I've done the work, the last year of my esoteric and mystical journey, the last year of my creator journey, as I've put in the reps, as I've done the inner work and the outer work, I've seen over and over and over and over again, over and over and over again, as an artist, if you're not making art, you're depressed. That simple. As an artist, if you're making art, you're not depressed. That simple. I honestly, I wish I could tell you in more black and white terms, but I don't even know if we could get more black and white than this. Make stuff, feel good. Don't make stuff, feel bad. You understand what I'm saying here? I need you to make stuff. The problem is, you're an artist. You want to put yourself out there. You want to put yourself on social media, right? On YouTube, right? But you're too worried about views. Oh, what if, this only gets like 10 views? Oh, what if it doesn't pop off? Oh, what if? Well, I mean, like, what if though? No, like, actually, what if? Like, play it out. What if you post something? Let's say you're a filmmaker. You make a film. It gets 10 views on YouTube. Okay. So what? That's 10 people. If there were 10 people surrounding me right now, like right now, like 10 people around me right now, like standing behind me, and let's say I was like playing my film here on my phone, and I was seeing these 10 people engaged with my film, and they're like reacting to it when I have like a cool shot, they're like, oh shit, that's fire. Like, there's like a funny line, they react, they laugh, right? If these 10 people are engaged with my film, as the filmmaker, I'm looking at that, I'm like, yo, this is fucking sick. I got 10 people engaging with my film? This is hard, bro. You gonna tell me that's not fucking hard? Bro, my best friend Kanye, he's a musician. He's been making music for the last 9 years. 9 years. We're 21, right? This motherfucker made his first song when he was 12. 12. He's been in this game for almost a fucking decade, bro. His album he just dropped, Angelic. This is his first album where every single song has 1,000+ plays, right? It got there in like a week or so, 2 weeks. This is his first time he's ever done that. Or I think it's been like 3 or 4 weeks or something like that, whatever. And that's been a goal of his. Like, he's wanted that for so long. For like years, he's talked about having a tape where every single track has 1,000 plays. And there were times where this motherfucker was so down bad because he would have 50 plays, 100 plays on a song, right? And he was just like, fuck, man, I wish more people were tapped in. I wish more people would listen, right? And you know what? You know what his mentality is now? I don't give a fuck. He doesn't give a fuck. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about how many people listen to his music. Why? Because he knows he's making the best music he's ever made. He knows that he loves his fucking music. He knows that he's committed to just being a better musician. And because he knows that, he's good. And because of that, he's getting the best plays he's ever gotten. Interesting. Pretty interesting, right? I've been a YouTuber for a year, right? This is a new channel I just started, right? My old channel had 1.3K subs. I made almost 500 videos on that channel, right? I did a 101 day streak of daily uploads from May 15th to August 24th. And from, those 1,000 subs, I got like 1.3K subs I got from that channel. Over the last year, I've had about like 50 people on my email list who have been tapping in with my shit, like my newsletters or my podcast, week in, week out. Every time I send them something, They're on that shit. There's like 30 to like 60 people who are just on that shit, bro. On that shit. And it's like, bro, you gonna tell me 30 people listening to my stories who are receiving my teachings and who find them impactful, because if they didn't, they wouldn't keep fucking showing up for them every single week for a fucking year. If there were 30 people here around me, look like listening to me just fucking yap, I'd be like, why the fuck are y'all here listening to me yap? What is going on? I'm not gonna lie, like, this shit blows my mind. It blows my mind that people will literally sit here and like listen to me yap for like an hour straight. It's kind of crazy. But I understand, because I be spinning and I'm like pretty funny. I'm like, I'm very insightful. So it's like, yeah, it makes sense. I'm very good at this. I understand. I don't have 100,000 subscribers. I don't have 1 million followers. I don't get hundreds or thousands of likes per video. I'm not at the income level that I'd like to be at yet. You know why? It doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, I'm making stuff that I want to make. And at the end of the day, people see that and they're receiving it. They actually like it. It's actually impacting them. And so I need you to have this mindset as an artist. Bro, your views, for a long time, you're not going to have that many. That's okay. And so what you need to do is you need to be like, you need to value the views you do have, bro, honestly. Like, I'm gonna say this right now, bro. If I didn't have like my 30 to 60 people on my email list who've been fucking with me the last year, I don't even know if I'd be here recording this video right now, bro. There have been so many times where I've been like depressed, back in ruts, back feeling like I fucking suck, I can't do this, what is life? Just not feeling it, right? Just not in it. There have been so many times over this last year where I've fallen off. I've had that identity fraud. I've had that imposter syndrome. Identity fraud, lol. I've felt that way, about myself, or about like, who am I to guide people? Who am I to like teach people? Stuff like that. I've had that. But I just keep seeing that people want what I have to give them over and over and over again. There are people who are showing up. There are people who say, yo, Jaden, we're fucking rocking with you, bro. And I'm not gonna lie, guys, like, as an artist, the people that are fucking rocking with you, you need to value those people. Those are your people. Like, the people that are gonna be with you, rain or fucking shine, those are the people where you need to be like, oh, I need to keep these motherfuckers around, bro. Because those are the people who are gonna support you. Those people's support are gonna be like the thing that, like, when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh, I gotta serve the people. I gotta give this so. I gotta give of myself to the mission. Those people's support are gonna be like, oh man, like, I know that since I have these people, when I give my message, it's received. And that makes me feel like I'm actually like doing what God has called me to do. Like, that actually gives me that fulfillment. That's fucking awesome. You gotta have that, bro. And so as an artist, like, yeah, you're not gonna have a fuck ton of views to start, more often than not. But you are gonna have some views. You need to value those views, bro. I don't care if it's fucking 3 people. Value those 3 fucking people. I don't care if it's 10 or 20 or 3,000 or 3 million. You need to value your people at whatever stage of the journey you're at. Because only by appreciating what you have, only by being good with what you currently have, can you actually make room for more. I talked about this in my last video, right? If you need the views or the subs or the money or whatever, or the women, they're not gonna want you. People aren't attracted to people that need them. They're attracted to the people that they need. And so if you need their money or their views or their validation, they're not gonna need your solution or your teachings or your impact. You see what I'm saying? You need them, so how can they need you? Like in business, right? If you have like a product, but you absolutely need this person's money, you need this sale, then they're in the power position where you need what they got. And so you have to like qualify yourself to them. You gotta impress them. The fuck? You better get that pussy ass frame out of here. What you got is the fucking prize. You have an offer that's going to help somebody with their pain get over a problem they have to a solution, to a desired outcome. That's fucking sick. That's valuable. You should see yourself and what you have as the fucking prize. You should be making them vet to you. You're like, shit, why do you deserve to be in this program? Why would I align with you? Why would I want to help you? You see what I'm saying? They need you. You don't need them. That needs to be your mentality, guys. Like, you can't need anything from the world. You can't. Because if the world senses you need it, it's not going to want you. And so you have to be the guy who's cool. You have to be the guy that doesn't need the world, so that the world will want you. The world will need you. I need you to get into this mentality of like, yeah, like views are important. Money is awesome. Like all that, like the outcomes, like those stuff is like that stuff is fucking awesome. We want views. We want to impact more people. We want to make money so that we can make a living off of our art. Of course we want those things, right? All that stuff is awesome. But you can't come from this place of like lack, of scarcity, of like, oh, if I don't have this thing, I'm not fulfilled right now. My life is incomplete without this. No. Your life is complete when you decide it is. And so if you get to make stuff that you love, that should be the only thing that matters, in my opinion. Like for me, over the last 2 years, I've been on self-improvement. Actually, I'll say the last year of like my spirituality and creator journey, like the last year I've been like most committed to my personal development. The one thing I care about every single day more than anything else, it isn't meditating, it isn't exercise, it isn't fucking like, I'm trying to think of something else, like journaling. All that stuff is great, but it's just making something. Did I show up and make something that I'm proud of today? Did I feel like I gave my gift today? And it doesn't even have to be like, for me, so like, it's really just about giving your gift. That's what it is, right? For me, my gift is communication. I'm a philosopher. I'm a storyteller. I'm a speaker. I'm a conversationalist. I'm a guide, right? And so if I talk good, if I communicate good, and I help people with that, I'm fucking turned for the day. Right? So yesterday, I didn't like, I did technically record, I didn't make any videos yesterday, but yesterday I wrote my newsletter for my, my old Substack. I actually just decided, that was actually my last, like, piece of content I'm ever going to post for that Substack. I scrapped that shit. I'm scrapping my old channel. I'm all in on Masters of Alchemy. I'm only doing this new thing now. But yesterday I wrote for like 2 hours, and then I recorded like a podcast like for 20 minutes based off of like that writing. It was basically just like the article voiceover. That was good. I checked that box. I felt good because I showed up. I gave my gift. I was storytelling. I was teaching. I was helping people, and it was sick, right? My people received those teachings. It was awesome, right? Bro, I kid you not, that newsletter and the one I wrote last week, I've literally been writing and like teaching. Like I've been doing the best stuff I've ever made. Like I've been writing the best stories I've ever made. I've been telling the best stuff I've ever, like I'm just out here, bro. I'm just fucking up. I'm up, bro. I'm him. You understand me? I'm fucking him, bro. You get me? Trying to gas myself up for a second there. So like for me, like that fulfillment, it comes from writing or from making videos or from making audio podcasts or having conversations, right? So there was this one day, like, I think like a month or two ago. I kid you not, bro. I kid you not. I didn't make any content this day, but I felt like the fucking man, bro. I woke up this day and I think I woke up like 6 a.m. and no, I didn't wake up that early. I don't remember. I came to the park though, right? And when I was here, there's this woman who lives in my community, and she'd stopped me. She'd seen me like one day recording, talking about like spiritual shit. She'd stopped me and she was like, "Oh, I'm actually Wiccan," and we started talking about like our spiritual journeys. That was fucking sick. Talked to that woman for literally 2 hours, 2 hours straight. I swear to God, we were literally like right there, just talking for 2 hours. After that, I kid you not, bro. I kid you not. This was so crazy. I was sitting here chilling. My ex-wife calls me out of nowhere, right? So I was married last year. It wasn't like a legal marriage. Fuck the government. It was a spiritual union. And we broke up in October, like at the end of October last year. She calls me. This is like June, right? I haven't talked to this woman in like 6-7 months. No contact, right? Basically, besides like she like hit me up to say happy birthday to me or some shit like that, whatever. In December, that was my birthday, or like happy new year. I forgot there was something else. Anyways, whatever, that's not relevant. She hit me up that day, right? I kid you not, and she was talking about like how she was kind of struggling. She actually, the first thing she said to me, right? This was actually so crazy. The first words she said to me, like when I was like, yo, what's up, right? She's like, oh yeah, Jaden, I wanted to thank you for how you held space for me, right? I was like, oh shit, that's fucking cool, bro. That's fucking sick. Right? How I was there for her, like, emotionally, and how I was able to, like, provide, like, that masculine container for her, right? That presence, that stillness. She was telling me how basically after we broke up, she kind of got into this, like, kind of just like this, like, insecurity, lack place. She, like, snapped back into old patterns. And then from that, she started dating somebody from her past. And she realized, like, that relationship was bad. And then they just broken up. So she was calling me because she was kind of, like, going crazy. And she said I always helped her, basically, like, it's actually so crazy. This is actually great. I have some on me. She said that whenever I talked to her, it was like I helped her untangle the mess. Like, she literally said it's like her head was like wired earbuds jumble up, and whenever I talked to her, it was like, you know, I'd help her untangle them. I was like, yo, that's fucking cool, bro. And so I kid you not, we talked for like 2-3 hours, and after that, I was kind of like chilling, blah, blah, blah. I was doing whatever. And then I went on a walk. And then my dog Jake hits me up. And we're talking for like 2-3 hours. And then I'm pretty sure that night I had talked to like one of my my girls, like one of my homies. And we were talking for like another like 30 minutes, an hour or something. So I don't know. But I kid you not, I spent like 6, 7 hours, 8 hours that day just in conversation. Listening, receiving, guiding people, giving advice, right? And so like that, even though I didn't make any content that day, that was like, oh yeah, I'm fucking turned, baby. I didn't fucking been in spiritual teacher Coach J mode all fucking day, bro. We're fucking out here. Right? That was sick. When you do the things, right? When you do the things that God is calling you to do, when you give your gift, that is what makes you feel good every day. And when you know that gift is received by people, it makes it 1,000,000 times better. Regardless of if that's 3 people or 3,000. So that's why views don't matter to YouTubers. Or that's why views don't matter to artists. Because as artists, we're not attached to outcomes. We're attached to what we make. We want to just express ourselves. We want to have something in here and then no longer have it in here and have it in real life. Right? And then whoever receives that and it is impacted by that, that's just a bonus for us, right? Impacting people with our art, that's awesome. And we do want to do that, right? There's 2 sides to being an artist. There's the builder who just loves fucking making stuff for the joy of fucking making stuff. And then there's the performer who loves giving of themselves because they want to be recognized by other people, because they want to impact other people. And that's awesome. For me, I'm in performer mode right now. I want this fucking video to impact you because I want your life to be better. Fuck. Right? When I'm writing, I'm in builder mode. I'm simply just making stuff because I want to fucking make this. Like, I want to articulate. I want to build. Now, granted, a lot of the times when I'm writing, I'm also sharing that with people, so it's kind of different. But like, when you're building things, you're really just building things because you want to build them. It's for the joy of building, for the joy of creation itself. You're not really worried about it impacting people. You don't really care. But when you're performing, you want it to impact people. You care about it impacting people, right? This is like making a song because you just want to make a song. That's like building. Versus making a song because you want people to like the fucking song. You want people to be impacted by the song. That's awesome. Wanting people to be impacted by the song is fucking sick, right? That's not like validation seeking. That's wanting people to resonate with your message. Who cares about your message if people don't resonate with it, right? It's like, why would you care if people aren't touched by it? The fuck, right? Like I understand that. It's like, why am I gonna sit here and yap for half an hour if no one's gonna get reached by it? Now, yeah, I do like sitting here and just yapping, but it's like, if it's not gonna impact people, it's like, what the fuck is the point? Right? And so it's like, yeah, I understand you want to impact people, but how many people you're impacting shouldn't be how you measure your success. The fact that you're doing the thing and that you're impacting people at all should be your success. That should be how you measure success. You understand? If you enjoyed this video, I'd appreciate if you actually, I'm trying to figure out the outro for this channel. I'll just say this. If you don't know anything about me, my name is Jaden. I'm a mystic, I'm a philosopher, I'm a polymath, I'm a healer. It's my mission to help as many artists as possible live their most free and authentic lives by helping them understand who they truly are and helping them express who they truly are. And that's why I'm so passionate about about bridging the worlds of art, philosophy, mysticism, and intersexual dynamics. That's why I do what I do here on YouTube, over on Substack. And so if you'd like to take that journey of yours to the next level, you can join my program, Masters of Alchemy, over on School, where you get access to a 30-minute onboarding call with me, where I'll help you figure out, okay, where you are, where you want to go. Here's some action steps. Here's some limited beliefs you need to shed. You get access to my courses, my Block to Balance Creativity course, my Power of the Pen journaling course, and then my Mental Alchemy 101 course to actually help you understand your mind and permanently shift how you think so you can shift your reality. So if you really want to take this journey of alchemy, of your creative journey to the next level, come join us over in Masters of Alchemy, all right? That's the first link in the description. If you resonate with this mission and our message, I'd appreciate if you drop a sub here on YouTube and also over on Substack for join us over on The Erotic and the Holy, where I send out stuff on, like, musings, stories on art, sex, spirit, sin. So yeah, I do a lot of things. All right, I'm gonna stop talking now. Do it today. Be better for tomorrow. Stay devoted. Stay inspired, baby.